and welcome back to Libib's booktube channel. My name is Kaylin and welcome back to another Thursday bookish video. And today I am super excited because I was pondering about what video I should do today. And that is a book recommendations video, and this is going to be my fall spooky scary books, which is going to be perfect for this next week in October since it's the last week and there's Halloween and I'm scared because I haven't done any reading this month besides like Pete the Cat Halloween edition book and a few other books. So while that is upsetting and I didn't get a lot of spooky stuff read, I was like, well, you know what, at least I'm gonna share my favorite books of all time for the Halloween fall theme. Right off the bat, I'm just gonna mention the book that I'm currently reading because I think that's probably appropriate to do, and although it's not my favorite yet, I'm approximately halfway through, and that is Contagion by Erin Bowman. This is a YA sci-fi horror novel. A crew that is on a planet ends up deciding to travel to another planet to help a crew out, and once they get there, there is no one to be found. Nobody knows where they're at, what they're up to, or really anything at all. I highly recommend this book for the suspense, thrill, and the gore that is occurring right now. On the track of horror and gore, my next favorite book, which I did read this month, and that is Through the Woods, and this is by Emily Carroll, and this has 5 spooky short tales. And not only are they spooky, but they are literally fucking spooky. Like, this is not okay. This is horrifying. It is great. I ended up rating it 5 out of 5 stars, which I will talk about more in my October wrap up in a couple of videos from now. But Through the Woods is a spooky, horrifying graphic novel that has 5 short stories in it, and I didn't realize what I was getting myself into. I didn't realize this was a graphic novel when I first picked this up. So if you're looking for something spooky and that is going to literally give you nightmares, this is definitely the book for you. Along with graphic novels, I have another one, but this one isn't as spooky, and that is my favorite little graphic novel of all time, which is Fake Blood by Whitney Gardner, and it's about this boy wanting to become a vampire, and it's super cute. While it is not spooky and horrific, it's cute, adorable, and deals with vampires, and there's Twilight references in there, so obviously it's great. The next graphic novel, also super adorable and cute and not spooky and scary in any way, but I needed to mention it because it's one of my favorite reads of 2019, and that is Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks. This graphic novel is perfect. It's all I wanted and more. The swoon-worthiness and the happiness that I get from this book is just so good, and I love it so much. We have our main characters, DJ and Josiah, and it's their last day at their pumpkin patch, and I don't want to say any more just because of how short it is and sweet it is. So recommend checking this out if you want a short, sweet graphic novel. And getting back to the haunted theme, we are going to be talking about The Merciless by Daniel Vega, and these are my favorite books, hands down. They are so good. Except for the second book, because I always have to mention how poopy the second book is, and I read another review of a girl who read the entire series, and she also rated the second book 2 stars, so now I don't feel so alone. But The Merciless by Daniel Vega, a lot of people say it's like Mean Girls meets The Exorcist. I caught kind of like a John Tucker Must Die kind of vibe with it, but I love it. Daniel Vega is horror and gore, and it's quite disgusting, but it's so amazing at the same time, because I ended up getting my best friend Mesa to read this book earlier this year, and she couldn't believe what she read. Like, it was just gross, the spook factor was there. It's just horrifying and terrifying of these girls and their evilness, and then the 4th book just kind of takes its own little twist and turn, and it's just, what a great series. I love Daniel Vega. I think she is the queen of YA horror, and I want more books like Merciless, because also there is The Haunted by Daniel Vega. If you're into spooky ghosts living in wine cellars in your basement, that's another option for you. I personally did not like The Haunted that much. Unfortunately, it was really sad because I was really hyped up to read this because I was like, I love Daniel Vega and now we're getting ghosts. This is great. I love life, and honestly, it was kind of a letdown, and the very ending was, the last 50 pages was the most WTF worthy shit that I have read in like recent history. I can't tell you because of spoiler reasons, but it's just a hot mess express. The next book that talks a lot about horror and gore as well is There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. I thought it was alright, but we have our main character coming to live with her grandma in Nebraska, and we all know there's nothing to do in Nebraska. And she's kind of still haunted by her past, where she came from in Hawaii, but now that she lives here, everyone's getting picked off one by one and slowly dying, so it's a slasher horror-esque type book where it's supposed to be in the theme of like Scream, even though I don't watch scary movies and I've never seen Screams. I don't know if that is a correct thing that this needs to be compared to, but if you're into people consistently dying and dying disgusting ways, this would be the perfect book for you. They are going to be some of my favorite fall books that I need to go back and reread. I love Bella and I love Edward, I love Jacob, and I need to go back into this saga and relive my middle school years and just be happy. And I just want to reread the books so I can rewatch the movies, because I'm not going to rewatch them anytime soon because of that reason, but I just loved Twilight. And the New Moon was the one that I resonated with, so if you love vampires and romance, this is for you. And the next book that I'm going to recommend, I don't know if I'm going to recommend this because this is good or not, because it's been like, I don't know how many years, like at least since 8th grade, and I don't really remember much about it, but it's Nightlight. It's a parody of Twilight. It's by the Harvard Lampoon. It's a parody of Twilight. I don't know if it's any good. I got it at Borders. I read it forever ago and I don't remember anything of it. But here's another recommendation. Next up is The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding. This is by Alexandra Bracken, and this has literally all the fall themes you could want in a book. And this book deals with Prosper. Our main character realizes that his great-great-great-great-grandfather or something has broken a contract with a demon, and so this demon is living inside of Prosper. He's trying to get it out, but what happens next, you know? It's just such a great, good fall tale. I think this would make a really good Netflix film, not so Disney Channel. I think Disney Channel will just butcher the heck out of it, but I think this would be an amazing Netflix fall movie. And last but not least, I have the last book, and it is a huge hunk, and that is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling, illustrated by Jim Kay. And I am so excited to finally reread this, because I've been slowly trying to reread all the Harry Potter books, and I've been trying to read them when the illustrated editions come out. But I've been waiting 2 years for this bad boy. 2 bloody years, and I finally have it in my hand, because last fall when I realized it wasn't coming out in the illustrated edition, I was thoroughly sad, disappointed, salty, and just overall upset. But now it's in my hands and I'm so happy. I haven't peeked at any of the illustrations in here, but oh my goodness, I just did. And it's just so precious, and I am so glad that they are doing this, and I'm so happy to get back and reread this series. Anyways, that's gonna be it for my Halloween fall recommendations. Let me know in the comment section down below what your favorite fall Halloween reads are, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and that's gonna be it for this week's Thursday bookish video.